exclusively on the Live the Dream Media Network.
Thank you for tuning in to the Live the Dream Media Network. Our featured broadcast will begin shortly.
Are you ready for 5 decades of the best music of your life? Get ready for
The Generation Mega Hits Mix with Tyler Cruz.
2 massive hours of the biggest, most iconic tracks to ever hit the airwaves, bringing you non-stop hits from the legendary sounds of the 70s all the way to today's top charts.
All week long.
From 2 to 4 p.m., Tyler Cruz is taking over your afternoons with generation-defining anthems. Catch every single hit live anywhere you are on the Live the Dream Media app.
The Generation Mega Hits Mix
With Tyler Cruz, playing all week long from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Live the Dream Media Network. Download the Live the Dream Media app today and stream the mega hits.
You've got a voice, but are you ready for a global audience? Don't just settle for standard studio rental. At Live the Dream Media, we amplify your voice by broadcasting your podcast completely live on our exclusive online radio network. Whether they're down the street or across the world, your listeners can lock in live on YouTube, Meta, and the Live the Dream Media app. Why choose live? Because real-time connection builds a loyal community, extends your reach further than ever, and turns a simple recording into a massive digital event. Stop waiting on the edit. Go live, build your crowd, and live the dream with Live the Dream Media today.
Radio evolves more as the years progress, and it is only becoming better. Introducing the Live the Dream Media app. Catch your favorite music 24/7 and tune into live podcasts, or catch up on your own time with our on-demand library. No matter where you travel in the world, you can be anywhere on the planet and stay connected. Download the Live the Dream Media app for free today on the Apple App Store and Google Play, and experience radio reimagined.
Hold on to your boots, America. The biggest, baddest twang in country music is taking over your speakers. This is
The Super Country Hit Mix with Clint Peek.
2 stacked hours of back-to-back, chart-topping country anthems bringing you zero filler, all killer,
And non-stop country heat.
Join every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday afternoon.
From 4 to 6 p.m.
Clint Peek is turning up the tailgate vibes and cranking those stadium anthems all the way to 11. Whether you're wrapping up the workday or gearing up for the weekend, if Clint ain't playing it,
You ain't hearing it.
don't miss a single track. Listen live on the Live the Dream Media app.
The Super Country Hit Mix with Clint Peek.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Only on the Live the Dream Media Network.
Good morning, Marana. Happy Monday. Welcome to another special edition of Marana Oral Valley Experience Move. I apologize for us coming on a little bit late. I got caught up in the hallway here. Then I had to fill my coffee again. And then you guys know me. I got busy talking. Let me introduce my guest this morning. This isn't a guest. This is part of the family here at Live the Dream Media. Ron Arenas.
Good morning.
Picture Rocks, cooling, heating, and plumbing.
Yeah.
I think I said that in the proper order.
Picture Rocks, cooling, heating, and plumbing. Yep,
Yeah.
That's it. You got it.
Welcome aboard, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
First time in Studio B.
First time in Studio B.
And we were talking off camera. We're a little bit discombobulated because in the other room we're always sitting across the table from each other,
right, like a normal, conversation.
And now
over
we're all
coffee or
lined. They've got
something.
us all lined up in a row here on the wall.
Right, but
Just-
on this one we're gonna talk to the audience.
Yeah.
We're talking to each other, but we're
Yeah.
we're facing the audience.
Well, I was negligent in saying it the other day. David and I were talking, and fortunately, David pulled me out of the fire on that. But you know what? Everything we do here is for the audience. I mean, it really
That's
is.
right.
Without an audience, as I said numerous times, we're just sitting in this back room talking to each other. And it's so important that we have you guys out there listening, and and the number keeps growing. So
Oh yeah.
we must be doing something
We're
right,
doing
right?
something right, definitely.
You know-
so thank you for the opportunity
Yeah.
to just have me be part of this. I mean, the growth and the technology and everything that you guys have provided is just it's unbelievable. So I'm so happy to be part of it.
Cool story. David's not here to share it, but he just shared it with me this morning. Hey, real quick, from a personal note, our condolences to the Marana family. David's grandmother passed away this morning, so of course, David Sr. and Sheila and all the kids and grandkids and those that knew her. She's a wonderful lady. Our condolences to all you guys. David was sharing a story this morning. He was at Costco,
Okay.
had his new Live the Dream Media hat on, and someone approached him. I said, were you wearing your gear? He goes, well, I had my hat on. And approached him this weekend at Costco and thanked him for all the amazing stuff that we do over here. They said they keep their app on every day, all day. They're listening to everything we do. How cool is that?
Yeah, that is. That's awesome. And I have a new vehicle, and so it has all the technology in it, and it is just so easy to pick Live the Dream Media, and for whatever show I want to listen to that day. I mean, I just pick it. Everything turns on just like your normal, media, your other media options. So,
Yeah, I have that now.
Yeah.
We're nonstop now. Live
Yeah.
the Dream Media with the app. It's so cool. I don't even have to turn mine on. It just stays on. But back to the reference of David and someone approaching him. Do people approach you about your show?
They do. I was just at the Marana Chamber annual meeting this past Thursday, and when I was checking in, or getting checked in, the young lady that was at the table that was checking people in, she's like, "Hey, I listened to your podcast. I listened to Southwest Flavor." So that's really cool.
That's very cool.
It is.
That's
yeah.
very cool. I get approached pretty regularly in public. Sometimes I'm wearing the gear. Sometimes I'm not. Today I'm not. Today I'm wearing the Cubs gear. Because tonight,
Well, you're all fancy this morning.
Oh yeah, I got dressed up for you, Ron.
Yeah, well, thank
every
you.
now and then, every now and then. But we're gonna go to a Cubs game tonight. I'm gonna take 20 of my closest friends, and
Okay.
we're gonna go hang out and watch the Cubs Diamondbacks play tonight.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. Always
Yeah.
exciting. We always go up. At least when the Cubs show up, we always make sure to get there and watch it.
And I'm sure, and I'm not a baseball guy, but I'm pretty sure that probably when the Yankees, the Cubs, and the Dodgers are in town, those are probably high.
Oh,
high
the
draw.
tickets definitely go up.
Yeah.
And guess
so-
what? My next game is
What is
next
it?
month with the Yankees.
That is what the
Yeah,
Yankees.
so
Okay, yeah.
I did not buy the Dodger tickets. Well, I did buy Dodger tickets last year here, but we didn't set where we normally set because those tickets went from Now tonight we got a little. I'm going to pimp the Chase Field. Suite 121 and 122. They're right behind home plate. Those are my preferred seats. Now I don't rent them. I mean, you got to take a group with you when you do that.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
get that. And Live the Dream Media always every year has done that for a number of years. But regular box seats. If you're going to go, I'm one of those guys. If I'm going to go, I want a decent seat. If I can't,
Makes sense.
if I can't sit pretty close to where the action's happening, I'll just stay home and watch it. Right.
right on your high definition TV.
So exactly. So so I'm not going to as many games as I might otherwise, but the tickets went from when the Dodgers were there last year, they went from what you can pick up a pretty good ticket for $140, let's say.
Okay, it's reasonable.
When the Dodgers show up, those same tickets are like $540.
Wow. 540. Okay.
Yeah, and so if so
it's like 3.5 times.
So you're taking 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
To a ball game. Before you even get in, you've spent.
Yeah, 2,500 to almost 3,000. Yeah. That's a lot of money.
You know what? I'm not going to go there because I know you're not a baseball fan. But hey, just enjoy it, baseball fans, because I don't think we're going to have baseball next year. I
That's
would
what you
not
talked about,
be surprised if we lose the
Right.
whole season.
It's
I
gonna be
think
a
the
strike
owners are
season.
so dug in on this.
Yeah.
And it's not just the Dodgers and all the crazy spending. For me, it's the floor too. That a lot of these teams that are welfare teams are not spending the resources that they're being provided by Major League Baseball. So
Right, and all the other sports they have a floor. They have a minimum that they have to spend.
Yeah.
So
and they got a
just makes
maximum that they can spend.
Yeah,
so
and a
they have
a cap.
And
Yeah, salary
baseball
cap.
has the baseball union has been so strong for so long, but I'm not picking sides. Hey, because think about what I just said. You can get a decent seat and it's a decent price for 140. $140. Now, how is the average family of 4 taking their family? And you can't go see the Dodgers because, they're
Right.
pricing you right out. Hey, by the way, we did get the blue memo.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty
we
good.
got that going today. What'd you do this weekend?
So I was telling you off air that I am taking an advanced improv class. So I took a basic improv class 2.5 years ago, and then I retook that class just a few months ago, and I decided to go ahead and take a advanced class. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on Saturdays from 12 to 3, taking that advanced.
Every Saturday, 12
every
to 3?
Saturday, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's only for 6 weeks. It's
Okay.
a 6-week class.
Okay.
Yeah. So
How
it's
cool
fun.
is that?
It is. It's so much fun.
I told Ron I considered it a few times, but I'm so impromptu that maybe I should start a class.
But it is actually a class, and we
Yeah.
are learning things, so it's good.
Well, when you first did the other one a couple of years ago, whenever it was, I don't remember. What was it, a couple of years, 3 years?
It was the beginning of 24.
Yeah.
It was January and February of 24, so it was like
I
2.5
thought that was
years
pretty
ago.
cool because I know
Yeah.
why. Yeah, of course, if you can create a secondary career that makes people laugh and makes a lot of money, wouldn't that be cool?
Sure, and I took it mainly to.
But that's not why. That's where I wanted to go.
Right. Yeah, I took it mainly to improve my interview skills because at that point I had the radio show, so I was doing the radio show and I wanted to be a better interviewer.
Yeah.
I want to get the questions out of the people that I'm interviewing, kind of the deeper questions, and
Right.
also having the listening skills to hear what they're saying, and then we can go a little bit deeper, dig a little deeper into what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always good conversation.
It is. It is.
Just to have
we've
a
all heard
chat.
We've all heard those interviews where the person that was interviewing the other person, they really don't want to hear what the other person has to say. They want to hear their.
They're just reading the next question.
Yeah, they're reading the next question. They want to hear themselves talk.
Yeah. You mentioned the other day. Let me think of where it was at. Like you say, I've been kind of jet lagged even still. I think it was Friday's show on Wake Up with Christopher.
Oh yeah.
DeSimone
that
and the
was such a
crew.
fun
That was
show.
a hoot.
We had 6 people on that set.
Let me think about.
I don't think we've ever had 6
No,
people.
no,
on the
no.
set.
That was a record
Yeah, that was,
for the.
That was
you know,
quite a thing.
You know what I loved? Let's see now. Who was? You and Chris, I don't want to forget where I was going with this, so let me cover
Okay.
that first.
All right.
But you mentioned Johnny Carson.
Yes. Yes.
And I'll double back around and come back to the
Yeah.
other part in a minute. I thought you nailed it because I have used that reference a few times myself. Not
okay.
that I'm trying to emulate Johnny Carson. Let's clear that up right now.
But he was great at his interviews.
But he was awesome at what he did.
Yeah.
Because I think he had a card in front of him to make sure, hey Ron, you're in a new movie.
He had some
you released
details.
released
Sure.
a new song or whatever.
Sure.
But his conversations were conversations.
Yeah, and they're light, and they were funny, and he could pull stuff out
Yeah.
of you, but
He was a
it was
master
very
at it.
entertaining, very entertaining.
So if you're not familiar with what Ron and I are talking about, and you're under Ron,
Under 40 maybe.
you know what? He left. His last show was
Was it early 90s or late
92.
80s? 92, okay.
92, probably spring of 92.
Wow,
I'm
that's
wanting
a
to
pretty
think
good memory.
March or April.
Okay.
Tony, look that up for us if you get a chance. When was Johnny Carson's last? I remember watching it. I was somewhere around Atlanta, Georgia at the time.
Okay.
And Tammy and I made sure to tune in. Bette Midler was
Wow.
was his last guest, and but he was just from early on.
Yeah,
He excelled at conversation.
right.
And you know what the irony of that was? He wasn't that person at all off screen.
No, wasn't he divorced like at least 4 or 5 times?
Yeah,
and he had some other
totally
issues.
like a loner.
Yeah,
He just didn't want to be around people by
Yeah.
choice. He said, "Yeah, I check in." A guest said they never really. Now the ones that he knew that showed up regularly, Dean Martin and Don Rickles, and I'm sure he had relationships with them,
Right.
to some degree. But
Right.
they said he didn't go out to party, and he just was kind of laid low.
okay. Huh?
That
Makes
does not
sense.
describe either one of us.
No.
So what else you do this weekend? What else did you do?
Not much. That's about it for this
Did you hit that grill? Because you're hitting the grill pretty regular.
Yeah, I usually hit the grill. It's been so hot.
Boy, wasn't it hot, man?
Yeah, I was like, I think Saturday was 110 or 111 when I came home. So I didn't do any grilling on Saturday.
You came home about 4 o'clock based on
Yeah,
what you just
about 4
said.
o'clock, yeah.
So we were in your neck of the woods
Okay.
a lot over the end of the week. Saturday we were at the Patch all day.
Okay.
Interviewing for the Pumpkin Festival that's coming up in
Nice.
October.
Very good.
A lot of fun, actually. Man, a lot of kids showed up and first interviews, and
He does such a great job over there.
man,
He does.
it was so cool. And I want to shout out Maggie. Man, his daughter, she is amazing, amazing young lady. I drew, it was so cool. I had half the Marana football team show
Oh,
up
really? Did you?
for part-time jobs on
Okay,
on
good.
Saturday.
Very
and at
good.
one point I had a whole tape. Maggie goes, "You want to just interview them all together?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's just." Hey, Marana football kicks off. Marana High School kicks off Thursday night.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
not
the
sure
week.
when Mountain View
Mountain View
kicks
is Friday.
on. Is it Friday night?
Yeah, Tucson High travels to Mountain View on
and
Friday
then
night.
you, to get a sneak peek, tomorrow. You're going to
I
have.
have Matt Johnson on from Mountain View.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. So,
Yeah.
Southwest Flavor tomorrow. Live the Dream Network. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m.
That's right. Yeah.
And so that's part of the reason why we're having. We're gonna do a lot more. I was on with you. What was it?
2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, because I was gone
Everything
last
blends
week.
together.
Yeah, it all runs together.
That's why we have schedules.
Yeah,
So we can look at the schedules.
yeah, but we're going to start doing a lot more of this cross pollinating on our shows. I've talked to Bruce and Ebb. We're going to have them on one of the shows. I don't know which one it'll be. David's starting a new show.
Right.
Exciting. We've already announced this, so this is breaking news, but it's not breaking news. Mayor John Post will have a new show starting September
soon,
the
yeah.
14th, I believe.
Okay.
There's another show right behind it. I'm not going to release it because we haven't firmed it up completely yet. In other words, the handshake, because we do a lot of it on a handshake.
Right.
Well, we do everything with a handshake. Although there is some NDAs and stuff like that, we want to
Sure.
like protect each other
Sure,
and stuff
definitely.
like that. But we try to. Hey, and unfortunately, there is a new like guardrail thing coming out because we gotta. As we move forward, you know what? It's been really easy to build this thing early. And again, one of the things I thought about on the drive-in this morning, Ron is our most tenured. We're not even calling it podcast, and we're going to get into that anymore.
Yeah,
You're
yeah, I
our
guess
most
so.
tenured show we have here.
Right.
And it started in October of 24, correct?
October 1st of 24. Yeah.
So we're almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So thank you for
Yeah.
taking that leap of faith, Ron. We really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I mean, you
Well,
guys invited me
yeah,
in and
yeah,
asked me if I was
yeah,
interested.
yeah.
And we sat down several times and
yeah,
had some meetings
yeah.
and kind of worked out the details.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a perfect marriage.
Yeah,
so we went with it.
It has been, and,
Yeah.
and we're planning some new stuff for the future too. So it's all real exciting what's going on here. We have, and that was the other part of your show with Christopher the other day, and I think it was before the guys all came in.
Okay.
CJ and
Yeah, we had
Mark
about half an hour
and
before everyone.
Charlie and who else was on?
Greg
Greg,
Garinger,
not Charlie.
and then John Winchester.
Came in. Yeah, that's right.
CJ
Yeah,
Ham.
yeah,
Yep.
CJ. You guys were talking about it a little bit before. I cut the clip out. I may play it at some point. Again, so busy. You got busy in a good way. Hey, I don't put stuff on my schedule unless it's fun. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Unless it's, I kind of go fun first.
Life's
and
too short to not
can,
have
Can
fun.
we solve a problem? Because
Right.
that's what we get paid for. And
Right.
And you know,
You always have your work to do. You need to get certain things, whether it's housework or stuff
Yeah.
at work or
do that stuff first while
do
you're
that-
fresh and get it
yeah,
out of the way.
Do that stuff, get it out of the way. But then life's too short not to have fun.
Yeah.
So go do whatever your fun is. Taking a bike ride, taking some kind of class.
Yeah.
Watching your favorite TV show.
Hanging out with your grandkids. We got another one on the way.
Do you really?
Yes, sir.
That is awesome.
Another little girl we found out is going to show
okay.
up in our world.
Well,
in March.
congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We appreciate it. And a good friend of mine shared with me last night. I will be with him this evening. He's got 2 grandsons. He's got a granddaughter on the way as well. So congratulations, Rick and family. That is very, very cool. And as you get older, that becomes your thing, man. Hanging
Right.
out with them grandkids becomes pretty important.
Looking forward to it someday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, when the time's right.
When the time's right, yeah.
But you guys were talking about what we do here, and Chris and David have been talking about it. I know they were talking about it. David and I were talking about it. You guys were talking about it. What we do here is actually way more than podcasting.
Yeah.
Because we're video we're live.
It's
That's
live.
the first
it's live
thing.
streaming, right?
Live streaming.
It's live media.
Yeah,
It
It
is.
is. It's almost.
Yeah.
I think. I don't. One of the two. Maybe it was Chris said it. That it's more like a TV station.
Yeah.
Than a radio station for certain. Because and you mentioned the antiquated cameras that were put in place in different places when you were doing radio and all that.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what's very cool? David and I kind of saw that going in. We need to separate ourselves. We needed cameras. Mm-hmm. And it was
And good cameras.
And good cameras.
Yeah.
And it was
good sound.
And good sound.
Yeah.
We just bought new studio mics over here. I don't know if this is the first time we've used these, but it's only been. When did we get these mics, Tony? Yeah, like last week he said. If you didn't hear it,
and we've had conversations with other people. I mean, anyone can pick up their phone and do a
simple,
podcast.
and it's simple to do.
Yeah, you could set it up at your kitchen table, and you and I could do a little podcast. The sound wouldn't be good. There's no kind of editing or switching or anything. There's all that stuff. In here, we're in a professional studio with professional equipment, and that makes just a world of difference. It puts us in another realm.
100%. And you've experienced this throughout your career as at Picture Rocks, and I've experienced it. Working from home sounds amazing. Right? You get up, the commute is, your trip down the hallway.
But most people aren't motivated
They're just not disciplined enough.
And they're not disciplined.
And even though I was disciplined enough, because I worked out of my home in the beginning,
Right.
when we started this whole entrepreneurial thing,
Yeah.
what made sense at the time,
Sure,
rather
sure.
than go out and invest,
Yeah.
$2,500 for rent
Right.
and all that stuff. I already had all that stuff at home, and I already had a home office, so
Right,
what I was
right.
doing was fine.
Yeah. A lot of times you need the revenue before you get that extra
Exactly.
overhead. Yeah.
But mine it wasn't even the discipline so much as, although that was certainly part of it, it didn't feel like work in my own space, even though I was working. I was manning the phones and making stuff happen, and then you'd get sidetracked because the
That's
kids
right.
were little at
Yeah,
that time.
yeah.
You'd get sidetracked, or something needed to be done, or you got, let me run and do this
Some
first.
honeydews and all
Yeah,
that,
a
yeah,
couple,
yeah.
and let me knock them out real quick.
Right.
And so I discovered, and my wife kind of pushed me on that too, is it wasn't long. I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, and the revenue was definitely, that was part of it.
Sure, sure.
Like, hey, you need to go get yourself a spot
Yeah.
so you can go to work,
Right. Right.
right? So I think that a lot of that falls into this because we have bought a lot of equipment early in our journey
Right.
from podcasters that went out and spent some money. In
It's
a few
easy
cases,
to do. You can spend a lot of
oh,
money
you
on
can
this
spend
stuff.
you can spend
yeah.
$5,000 without even
Yeah.
blinking.
Without even blinking. Yeah.
And it was set and drawing, and someone did 2 or 3 podcasts. The cool thing about what we offer at Live the Dream Media, and I'm part of this too, because if you don't know, I don't do any. They won't let me in most of these places. They say, Clint, don't push the buttons, don't touch anything. But you walk in, you sit down. I heard you say that. You walk in, you sit down, you go to work.
Yeah.
Your job then is to recruit the guests, have an itinerary of how you want to approach talking to them, et cetera, et cetera.
Right,
But you walk in, you sit down, you push it. It's Tony or Shay, and we got a couple other people we're going to get coached up. You just push the button and you sit down and you go.
Right. Right. I don't have to worry about editing or setting things up,
Exactly.
or if the streaming is up, or if there's software updates, or one of the cameras goes down. All that stuff. That you guys take care of that. I'm paying a service.
Tony and Shay and the team takes care of that.
I'm paying for a service.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
part of the service.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so I come in and I do my part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I get to leave.
And we can't do what we do if you don't do what you do.
Sure.
And if the audience is not there, if our listeners and viewers are not there, then none of it. It's all a moot point anyway.
Right.
But hey, they make it look easy.
Oh yeah, yeah, they do. They're.
But then again, your guys make what they do look
Right,
easy.
right, they're
until
professionals.
you start doing it. And then you
the
realize
biggest compliment to what Shay and Tony do is if our audience doesn't know that they exist.
exactly.
So if there's good sound and there's
Exactly.
good video and there's good switching of, then no one's going to know that they exist because the product is so good.
Exactly.
If stuff starts messing up,
Yeah.
then it's
And the
either
phone
like
starts and a text says, "Hey,"
Yeah.
and that's happened a few times. No
Sure,
fault
sure.
to the
sometimes
folks you
there's
mentioned, but they
issues
got to
with-
fix. They got to
with
fix something.
streaming stuff.
Hey,
or-
we used to have all kind. I'll call them out. We used to have all kinds
Yeah.
of problems with Comcast
Right.
until we didn't replace them. We still have them, but we got Starlink, and Starlink has one. We had one issue for a short period of time, and you know what? Not only did they solve it immediately, they reimbursed us
Oh, cool.
some money. Comcast. We actually got a note while we were gone. Your Comcast is out. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Are we going to get a rebate on that, or?
Right.
But to go back where you and Christopher were having this conversation about what do we call ourselves, David has actually come up with a term, and it's called Streamverse. We sat back here in the office one day, and we had one of our corporate meetings for about 15 minutes, and we threw out a whole long list of names, and we chose to create a new word.
Yeah, I like it.
Podcast was a word that somebody created
Yeah.
25 or 30 years ago. Every word. Hey, do you know where the word broadcasting comes from? We use it. We've been using it for 100 years.
Yeah, yeah.
but it has nothing, obviously. But when I tell you the story, it was long before radio, which was created long before TV. It was created long before radio was ever created.
If I had to guess
Guess.
where it derived from, I'm kind of going back to maybe the original meaning. Is,
Go, I'd love to.
You're casting something out.
Yeah.
And
you're on it.
And it's broad. You want to get this broad.
You're on it. I'm
coverage
telling you.
that you're casting out. So
You're on it.
It's a broadcast.
Yeah. I've had people guess fishing, which is great, throwing a big net out, broadcasting.
And that's kind of the same thing. As you throw a net out to get a bunch of fish. You're not just throwing a pole out there.
Exactly. So you're broadcasting, and this gesture actually gives it away. Farming.
Okay.
Because one of the, and I don't know his name. I should have done a little research. I didn't know we were going to go here. But there was a guy, like in the early 1900s. Radio became a thing in the 1920s.
Really? That late?
1920s. That there was actually commercial radio, and they were just on in a short distance. But this one was on somewhere in a farming community. It seems to me like around Sacramento. The guy was a farmer, but he was also a tinkerer, and he created the first radio, and it was able to broadcast in that area.
Wow, okay.
And he was broadcasting primarily to farmers, and he was broadcasting, like you would toss seed out in the field. That's where
that's pretty cool.
The original. So we use it in a totally different manner now, but. The sad story about that dude, he had a kind of a monopoly going for a while, in a not a bad way. There's just no one out.
Right.
The big players came in, started building the tubes and stuff, and actually prevented him from being. He tinkered around with radio forever, but radio 1920. Long story short, radio, it was all live. Mm-hmm. There wasn't much of a signal until the Mexican radio companies came in with no limit on their power.
Okay.
And that's where people like Wolfman Jack in the 60s and guys, they would go south of the border. They would be able to broadcast all over North America.
Wow.
Into Canada.
Because their signal was so strong.
So their signal was so strong.
Wow, okay.
But people would move to radio stations where radio stations were at. New York, Chicago, Detroit.
Right.
Mexico. And they would move there, and they would come on, and they would do live music.
Yeah.
That was kind of their thing. They'd play their music, and
then you had all the shows. You had all the radio shows.
And you exactly.
You had
and everybody come in,
the skit shows, the comedies, and all that.
And they were all done live.
Yeah, they were done live. Yeah.
Until they learned how to record. Hank Williams Sr., when he passed away in 1953, there I go with that useless trivia. January 1st, 1953. Had like 70 30-minute, 15-minute shows recorded. Sponsored by Martha White Baking Flour and stuff like that. And that's when they were able to change the game. And we see it now. Here we are in the 21st century, 2026, and you've got all these radio stations. We are one of them, a digital
media
company, and we have a digital radio station placed 24/7. Actually, we have two.
Right.
We have one. Tony is doing a great job curating, and we do all of our podcasts live on there. Then we're rebroadcasting some of them. We've discovered that we've got a market at night.
That's what David was saying. Yeah.
That wants to hear our stuff, and so we not only have rebroadcasts of our Streamverse, kind of hard trying to work in that.
Yeah.
Our new word, because again, we're not a podcast company. It's like I told David recently, we were doing some stuff, and I'm like, we're actually not a digital marketing company anymore. We're this Streamverse company, and we're moving heavily into a lot of other stuff that I'll wait till we've got some cool things to announce. But it's going to help us do our job better in the Streamverse world, because we're going to be able to do it more automated. And we're really excited about that.
Cool. Very good.
Okay, what's on the agenda for you today, Ron? What you got on the? Hey, let me come back. You guys also talked about in that segment how involved we as a company, how involved you as a company, how involved we as a group are in our community, and that is one of the most things that we take a great deal of pride in is
Sure.
being able to give back to the community.
Sure.
Thank you for all that.
Oh, yeah.
Your service to the community. Ron has probably got something going 2 or 3 times a week, every week.
Oh yeah,
Community
for like networking
right?
and everything. Sure. But yeah, we do a lot of stuff with nonprofit.
What's pushing you right now? What's
Well, tomorrow night is the Marana Chamber, their 4th Tuesday mixer, so that they do
we're
every
at the
month.
4th Tuesday already.
Yeah. We're at the end of the month, basically.
Where are you going to be tomorrow?
I don't remember. It's on my schedule. I put things on my schedule, and that way I don't. Have
I know
to
where you're
remember
going to
them.
be the 4th Tuesday of next month.
It'll probably be at the Pumpkin Patch.
It will be.
because that's pretty much what they do every.
and we're excited.
every
This is our
fourth Tuesday of
first. This
September.
is our first year. Tammy and David and I, as a company, being a part of that. We're really excited
Okay.
to go out there and hang out with the Post family. And
Yeah, they do such a great job. It is.
we're
such
walking
huge
into a
event.
turnkey situation that's going to be a lot of fun. I know it's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of work, but I also know it's got to be a lot of fun. And we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
So what else you got going?
Well, Wednesday night is Chris's event with the candidates, so I'm gonna pop in there, say hi to everyone. Thursday they have 2 events at the exact same time, so I don't know which one I'm going to, but the Better Business Bureau and the Oro Valley Chamber both have events on Thursday from 5 to 7.
Beautiful.
So,
Well, you know where I'm going to be Wednesday?
where is that?
At the Highlands
Oh,
with the newly appointed assistant town manager.
Yeah.
Love her family, and
Yeah, I met her a couple weeks ago.
We've been trying to make this thing happen, Andrea and family, and that's going to be Wednesday night
Nice.
at
Very
the
good.
Highlands, one of my favorite places.
Yeah, I know.
Matter of fact, our newest hire is a young man that works at the Highlands,
Okay.
and I've seen him. I see him all the time. He's just such a pleasant young man.
Right.
And one day, not too long ago, Timmy and I have been wearing that place out for the last, I don't know, 3 years, but it was in the last 3 months. I said to him one day, "Hey, what do you do when you're not here?" And he was like, I go to school and I build AI agents." I went, wait, what? I said, "Well, what are you using?" I mean, he's building them from scratch, Ron.
Wow.
I don't even know I don't even know where you start with that.
Yeah. That's not in my universe.
I'm like,
That's-
we here's my card. Please call me up. And we've been having dialogue with him the last, I don't know, month and a half. And today
Very
he
nice.
was here, and
Good.
he's got his. We're not taking him away from the Highlands, guys. We wouldn't do that to you up there. And plus, we love having him up there when we're there. But
Yeah.
we're going to use him in some of his off time. Hey, these young guys. They got off time. I know they think they're busy. Raise your hand, Tony. I was talking to a
Wait
guy.
till you have kids and a house and everything else.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
When you first started Picture Rocks
Yeah.
Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing,
Right.
LLC, how many hours a week did you work?
During the summer, I had a lot of 100-hour weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And during the winter, you weren't just like sitting around
No,
twiddling
no.
your thumbs. You were still
And
working.
they're short weeks. They're still 50 or 60-hour
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
my point. And I don't mean, and I'm not here to cast any dispersions on any person, any group,
Right.
That's not what I'm doing. But I was talking to a guy I know yesterday at church. Nice guy. He's my age. And I don't even know how we got there. And we weren't talking smack about anybody. We were just talking in general. And he works at Raytheon. And he said, one of the guys came up and he goes, "I can't believe they're asking us to work 50-hour weeks."
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, "Let me guess, younger person." He goes, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
much younger." He goes,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, this is the gentleman, he's like, and I'm thinking to myself, it used to be a regular 70 to 80 hours a week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I could see that.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I worked in management at Walgreens, so it was retail. And
And
retail
it was 70, 80.
it's a lot of hours.
Hey, I was in transportation, and your logbook
Yeah.
is 70 hours.
Yeah.
And if you're going to make any living at that, then you're going way past 70. You got to figure out a way. That's not even a possibility anymore with digital logbooks and
Right,
stuff.
right.
And I say that, I think it's just cultural. We have went.
It is.
Because back in the day, let's go back in the day, people just worked.
Right. But the next generation, they don't care as much about, I mean, they care about money, of course, because they have to live. but they care more about their time off and experiences, which isn't a bad thing.
I'm not knocking that.
It's not a bad thing.
I'm not knocking that, but I'm not. Got a race car in there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like,
I'm
what
not
is
knocking that? I don't want to be that guy. I was contemplating. I'm still may veto my wife. I was contemplating on the Clint Peek show having a segment called "Get Off My Lawn," and she goes, "That's not really your brand, Clint." And I read her, "No, I don't think you ought to do that." And so this is my little "Get Off My Lawn" piece before we get out of here. But
All right.
for me, even as a kid, now we worked. We did a lot of work. It was kind of, I'm not going to say demanded of us. It's just you knew if you
It was
wanted
expected.
something, it was,
Yeah.
and you needed to
yeah.
contribute to the family as a whole.
Yeah.
And we played. I've told this story before. We had our own baseball field in our backyard, legit.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
Not just fences and pitcher's mound and field. My parents built we helped.
Sure.
Build us a really cool baseball field in the backyard. So the handful of kids that lived in the neighborhood, we spent a lot of time. There were a lot of bikes parked out in right field, outside the
Right.
fence where we
Yeah.
could play ball. But we just worked and we developed what they called that Midwestern work ethic. I don't know if you've heard that.
Haven't heard that term.
but that's a term used, especially
I
in
think
the
that's a
Midwest.
term developed from Midwestern people.
Yeah, well, definitely developed by Midwestern people that were maybe that was a little bit of an ego thing that they were
maybe,
pushing out there. The work ethic that we have, but it was just there because there was a lot of rural stuff. There were farmers. Growing up around farmers, what a great deal of respect for people.
Oh yeah. That's
They
some
don't
hard
get
work.
time off.
That's some hard work, yeah.
The rain could wipe you out. The rain could also keep you from being wiped out.
Right.
The cattle, the water, everything. It was a nonstop. I had
Right.
such great respect for Don Edmondson and his family that he's, of course, passed now.
Or you even talked to, Scott Tilley from Track Ranch.
Exactly.
That's a small,
right.
ranch, but he has like 65 or 70 animals there.
yeah.
You got to feed those animals
Every day, all day. And you got to cure them of illness.
Yeah, stuff happens with animals.
How do you feed them? What's the diets?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
look at the
So
people, the John Post of the world.
there's no day off.
6,000 acres. You look at the Parsons family. You look at all these people, the livestock, the things that go on. That's work. It's nonstop
It's
work. And like you
nonstop.
say, especially if there's crops depend on rain and a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe not the same.
Right.
Oh, it would seem to be urgent, but on the same token, most farmers also have cattle.
Yeah.
Well, cattle have to be fed. They have to be
Medicated
cared for,
and cared for.
medicated.
Yeah, make
How do
sure
you-
that they're not.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have
If
something
you
in
lose a
their hoof or
cow,
something.
you
That's a lot of money.
one or two,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
It's wiped you out for the season. So, for me, that's the work ethic. That's what I'm talking about, and I think it taught more life lessons,
Responsibility.
more responsibility.
Yeah, I could see
If
that.
you want something, you need to
You go out and work for it. Yeah.
you earn it yourself,
Right.
and so I guess that's where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah.
There's my get off the lawn segment. Find yourself something that keeps you busy 50 hours a week. Fair enough. Hey,
Sure.
because you know what, the way I
Something
look
productive.
at it, something productive.
Something productive.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
could do a lot of things. It's crazy.
Right.
But think about it. That's only 7 hours a day on average.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So
Sometimes
so
7
that
is
still
49,
leaves
sure.
you 17 hours to do
Right.
your sleeping and your other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I always looked at life was, hey, even if I work 70 hours a week, I still got 98 hours
Yeah.
to do the things I want to do.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, Scott Tilley just popped on our
Yeah, there you go.
live
Thank you,
stream,
Scott.
and then Scott Werner is on our stream. So shout out to both of those
Yeah,
guys.
thank you guys for seeing.
Thank you for tuning in.
We're not sitting back here talking to ourselves
That's
in a
right.
vacuum. So again, Ron, I'm looking at my watch because I have to be somewhere at 11 o'clock.
Oh, okay, you have some time.
Yeah, I got a little bit of time. You know where I'm going? I'm going to the patch.
Oh, you're going to the patch.
I'm going to be, hey, if you want to find me, I'll be out the patch till mid-November.
Okay. Are you going to be waiting for the Great Pumpkin?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Charlie Brown and Linus will be out there with you. And
Yeah. Come on. I know a lot of people have been there.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's just
Every year.
such a fun place. We have been there.
Yeah.
I don't know, numerous times. Now we're going to live there for a month.
Yeah.
Literally. We're gonna stay there on the weekends. It's just too far of a drive back and forth.
Okay. Yeah.
For 12 and 14-hour days.
It's understandable.
Yeah. But again, anybody can do that for a week or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's a lot of there's an upcoming music festival the first weekend of November, which we're really excited about. And then we're working on a lot of other things, more concerts out there. There's a lot of other things that aren't in ink yet, but they're in pencil.
Okay.
Some really cool stuff happening, but more importantly, just amazing people.
Yeah, they are.
I get to hang out with the Post family for a month on the farm in October.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's a field of dreams right there,
There
baby.
you go.
So everybody come and see us. Tickets will go on sale. The early tickets will go on sale, I believe, in 3 weeks. I don't have the exact date in front of me, but I believe it's about 3 weeks. The tickets will be on sale. I'm kind of catching up with this new format here with us lined up. You ought to see us. We're all lined up. It's almost like we're in a lineup. You know,
Yeah.
is it that guy? Is the third one on the left? Or, but the reason we had to do this, at least for now, is maybe it's for you guys. Why did we set it this way, Tony? Is it something specific that's happening?
Just for like 3 guests.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a 3-guest lineup or
yeah.
3 people on there, then
Or 6.
or 6, yeah, you can squeeze 6 in here.
That was funny.
That was fun. Yeah,
Yeah, that was fun.
If you haven't, if you didn't watch that show from Friday, the wake up show from 6 to 9,
go find it.
Yeah, go find it.
It was
Go find
good. It was
on-
good. From tip off to
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
yeah, you did.
We talked about the movies that were big blockbuster movies, but we personally did not like. And so it was
Yeah.
good.
You
And,
guys had
and
quite-
there's 6
and
people
li-
in there
and
because
you
we're all different. We all have different.
But you had a lot of them that I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. You had
Sure.
a couple I can't think because you
I
threw
had
so many.
Avatar,
Yeah.
and I had Nacho Libre, and I had Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Those are 3 that I just
Napoleon
don't get.
Dynamite one time through was okay.
Yeah, I watched all of them one time, and then I was like,
Yeah, go back to it. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
you know one that I found and I really, really liked it in the beginning. And of course, I'm a big Steve Martin fan
okay.
from way back,
Right.
The Jerk and
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
Let's Get Small. You remember that album? That's a
Oh.
little before your
Okay.
time, 1977.
So it's like a stand-up?
Yeah, and it's
Stand-up?
it's a record.
Yeah.
not
Yeah, it's a record, yeah.
not a.
Yeah.
Although he did basically all those bits in on video, you can find them.
but there is so much great talent that came out of Saturday Night Live.
Oh man,
There is so much great talent.
on and on. And
the
then
70s
now
and
there's
80s.
and you know what? I haven't watched Saturday Night Live
years.
probably in 25. Well,
Yeah.
I'm almost 70. At some point, you're probably gonna the early stuff.
Early stuff was
75,
really fun.
You did not miss it. Saturday
Yeah.
night, you were there, and it was tape delayed. Living in the Midwest, so even as a kid that was going out, you waited till Saturday Night Live was over. It came on at 10:30.
Yep.
And you waited till 11:30, even if you had plans to go out, or you were out and you came in,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
went to somebody's house to watch it. Yeah, I haven't watched it in 25 years. I don't think that would surprise anybody.
No.
You know, at our age, at some
Right.
point,
There's a lot of stuff that's not
was-
funny
it's
on
not
it.
funny.
If it was funny, we'd still be watching it.
yeah. Well, I would be because
Or at least you would
yeah,
tape it.
I like
you know,
I like stuff
record it.
that's-
I shouldn't say
like
tape it because
I
that's showing our age. But
You know what's a funny? We'll finish that. You know what a funny movie is, and I could watch this pretty much any time. Is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
okay,
And it does have Steve Martin in it. And you know what the movie I'm talking about?
yeah.
And it's hilarious for me.
yeah, no, that's a good movie.
That's
a good
a
movie.
real good movie.
Right.
The Blues Brothers.
The Blues
I
Brothers.
can
yeah.
watch Blues Brothers 1 anytime, any place. I did not remember because I've watched it over the years on regular TV. We bought it.
Yeah.
Played it here for a large group 4 or 5 years ago. We had some kids in the group. I did not know
There's
that
stuff in it.
the
Yeah.
F word was in that movie.
Yeah.
It's almost like Scarface times in the movie. It's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so,
You're right.
He's like, yeah, he's heard that before. And I'm like, well, I didn't want him to hear it here, but
Yeah.
But back to The Jerk. The Jerk,
The Jerk was great.
and yet, have you watched it recently?
I actually have it on DVD. And it's a little bit slower now.
Yeah, it feels, it felt fast at the time.
Yeah. The movies in the 80s are so slow compared to the movies now. Just
Our
slow
attention span has changed.
Yeah, just developing all the characters and developing the storyline. Everything is so slow. Like, have you gone back and watched like the original Rocky movies, like Rocky 1 and 2?
Yeah, I haven't.
They were so slow.
Yeah, I haven't watched. They felt fast though at the time, didn't they?
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Or
dun,
just
dun,
normal,
dun,
just
dun,
normal.
dun,
You know, Alien.
You know
We talked
what
about Alien, the first Alien movie. It was so slow.
Well, we have the attention span of a guppy right now, so
yes.
So you better make something happen. I see that with reels that we put out. You probably see it too. What's your attention span?
Yeah.
You've got something solid if somebody watched it 15 seconds. You're like, that must have been pretty good because most people are in and out of something pretty quick.
Yeah, so in movies and TV shows, now you have to develop that character or that scene pretty quick just to, just for a hook.
Yeah.
You have to hook those people in.
Yeah.
And as long as you can hook them in the first 10, 20 minutes, then they'll stay for the rest of it. If you're developing
that's
something
so true.
slow,
you're
going to lose them.
I'm trying to The Bear on Hulu. I haven't been watching it recently because it kind of lost me after a while. But the first season,
I watched the first season.
and the second season was okay. The first season, actually, if you haven't seen The Bear, the first season's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But that first 15 minutes, because David had turned me on to it, I didn't. It was so intense. Working in a restaurant,
Sometimes you don't know what.
that I'm like, I don't think I want to watch this
Right.
because
Right. Where are you going with this?
Well,
Yeah.
in restaurant work, we were still pretty heavily involved in the bakery, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is my day job.
Yeah.
I don't, so.
Yeah.
But
sometimes they can make it too busy.
It was
and then
almost
you're like, where are you going with the story?
And then I stayed with it, and it turned out the first couple seasons were pretty good. After that, I haven't watched kind of the same with Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, I watched the first season of that.
First 2 seasons, maybe 3. I've just kind of lost my. And a great cast, great ensemble, but it just kind of lost my. Back to The Jerk real quick though. I tried to watch it I always watch it. It's just so funny, but I watched it with my kids, my adult children, not too long ago.
It's dated, so
And
there's
I'm
stuff
like-
in there that's dated. Yeah, that you you can't put on. Today.
I'm like, this is rough. Can we skip through some of this stuff? What's dated is a lot of. I keep looking at my watch because we are coming down.
There's
It's
time
right there.
Yes.
I watch. I'm right now. And I never was. I didn't watch it so much because I was kind of a kid when it went off. But I'm watching Gunsmoke.
Oh yeah.
From the
Janae watches
beginning.
Gunsmoke a lot.
From the beginning to now.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
And Gunsmoke was filmed out at Old Tucson, right?
No, it was filmed
Was it?
in L.A.
Was it in L.A.?
Yeah,
Was that Universal?
Yeah, they filmed
Okay.
it all in L.A. And it doesn't look like Kansas at all in most scenes. You're like, Kansas is flat, and from the 50s, from the 55, I'm on season 11. It was 20. It was the longest scripted TV show in history until The Simpsons came by.
Oh,
and you
wow.
can't really compare The Simpsons and animated
Right. So you
because
have your
the characters don't age or if you don't want them to or any of that. So to me, it's like.
you have your voice actors.
Yeah,
and they could do stuff in different studios. And
how about this?
put it
I
together.
used to be a big fan of The Simpsons from early.
Oh yeah.
Before it was even its own show. It was on the.
The Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Like
caught it
88
early.
or 89.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 88, 89
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's another show I haven't watched for
Yeah, I used to watch
20
it
years.
every week. I haven't watched it for a few years. Once in a while, I'll pick up
Yeah,
an
I
episode
haven't
and
watched
watch
it.
here
I
or
even
there.
would go back and watch them over before they had
Right.
the whole catalog they have now. Again, it just. I don't watch TV though much. You heard what I said, Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
I'm still in the black and white. Perry Mason was my go-to.
Oh,
I've watched
wow.
Perry Mason all 271 episodes. One that was colorized. each episode at least 10 times. And they were so, you know, that the dude that wrote it, Earl Stanley Gardner, had he was a lawyer. So that's why Perry Mason is so like
technical kind
realistic
Yeah.
from a technical standpoint. And come to find out when they're talking California law, it's California law, at least at that point in time. So that's what's pretty cool about that.
Yeah.
But he had a formula that he used, and if he couldn't figure out he had a flywheel.
Yeah.
And and like 4 or 5 of them, he'd spin it, and he'd get a main character, or, you know, who the victim was going to be, who the murderer was going to be.
Okay.
The setting, and so he had like a flywheel that created like a scenario. And he'd sit down and he just banged. That guy was a prolific writer. He banged those things out like crazy.
Yeah.
So we didn't know. We talked about earlier that we would just kind of go with the flow.
Right. I'm like, what are you going to ask me today, Clint? And you're like, I don't know. I have no clue. I'll just hit you with some stuff. So
it was fun though, wasn't it?
It was fun. Very fun.
A quick hour. We're getting ready to get drug off screen here. Hey, Tony, thank you again. Again, condolences to the San Marano family. You're in our thoughts and prayers. Ron, what a good show. I appreciate having you on.
Appreciate you having me on.
Let's make sure we talked about this. We're gonna do this. I call it cross-pollination. There's probably a better word for it. Cameo appearances or whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
We're going to do
Anytime.
it. We're going to do it every 3 or 4 months. We're going to make sure that everybody's jumping in it, because you know what we're building here is. I know you would expect us to say it, but it's pretty unique and special, and it
is. I agree.
Kind of like raising a kid, you know. And
well, you're building something.
Yeah.
You're building. You already started with the foundation. And, you know, our first couple shows are the building blocks, and now we're just building from there.
Laying that. I thought about that. Actually, I'm going to leave it with this point, because now in my mind, I don't know when this is going to happen, but at some point we will build a new studio. At some point.
Sure.
We will go somewhere in Marana. And I've kind of got 2 spots. I'm the Chief Vision Officer, CVO. So in my head, how it works is I start visualizing in my mind, especially when I lay down at night, because it's dark and you can kind of mentally get that picture. Things usually never end up looking exactly like you had them envisioned.
No, but you do the blueprints in your mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you know when you build a house, after you've built the house, you already know your plan. You already know where everything's at.
Yep.
Now, there might be some modifications when you actually start doing it.
Yeah.
But I used to
when I used to work out in the field and I'll do an install, I mean, I visualized how the install was, where I was going to put the ductwork, where I was going to run this and run that. And
you draw it up on a piece of paper
in my mind.
At some point.
Yeah, at some point.
And matter of fact, I took a lot of drafting when I was a kid in school. I thought that was something but I was thinking about you specifically, and I thought, you know, when we start building that, there's going to be, you know how the churches and buildings build the bricks? Mm-hmm. Now, they usually sell the bricks. I'm not selling you a brick. We're going to have the brick, the Southwest flavor, and Ron Arenas and Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, LLC. The same as We're Talking Sports, all these different things. I want that wall. I want that
like
build, right, at some point.
Structural.
It's 3 stories.
Okay. Oh, wow.
We're going to put all the studio stuff in the lower story. We may do something that's not done very much in the desert that I see, and I still can't figure out why.
Some underground stuff?
I want a basement.
Yeah.
Of some kind. I know, hey, I get it. It's monsoon, all that.
Yeah,
they're digging in the dirt, all that. But
you
know
have to
what?
be a little bit higher.
We're not digging this with a shovel.
Right.
Right? So some cooling stuff, especially where some of the equipment that's sensitive to.
And equipment puts off a lot of heat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you got to have good drainage. Let's get that straight, because how many basements have I been in the Midwest that were swimming pools?
Oh,
lots of them. That's not a good sign.
No.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. Thanks to Scott, and who else?
Scott
was
and
on?
Scott. Scott
Yeah.
Werner and Scott
Yeah,
Tilley.
appreciate you guys, and I know there's a
Thank you guys
few
for
other.
tuning in. Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's a few other Scotts. Thanks, Ron, for being on. Right
Yeah,
there, fist
thank
bump.
you.
Boom. Thanks, Tony, as always. See you at the Patch in October. We'll be back with the Clint Peek Show on Wednesday of this week, 10 o'clock. And Wednesdays from now on until further notice with the switches that's coming on the 14th of September. That's subject to change. Thanks again for watching, guys.